I'm as a human. I'm Pharaoh Swami as an artist. My name is actually like Ethiopia for music. Mezmura means music. And my dad actually didn't want to name me that, but my uncle mentioned that my dad's name was David, and in the Bible, Mezmura David means Psalms of David. So like, I was literally called like music since birth. So I don't feel like I really had a choice.
Yeah, she call me daddy, nigga. Yeah, I'm a father figure. Yeah, she call me daddy, nigga. Bitch, I'm a father figure. Yeah, she call me daddy, nigga. Yeah, I'm a father figure. Yeah, she call me daddy, nigga. Bitch, I'm a father figure. Yeah.
See, like, we all have an ego, bro. And your ego, whether you like to admit it or not, fucking A, bro, it's competing against everyone, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not spoken. It's never like, you can't compete with someone that ain't competing with anyone. Like, they're in a lane of their own. And that's the dude I'm, like, aiming to be. But I think the first step to getting to there is to be like, I do have an ego. And my ego wants to be better than everyone. But, I don't know. I feel like if your music isn't taking you down a journey of self-realization and progression to the point where you start detaching more than trying to be better than everyone, and you start attaching more to try and be the better you can be every time you make music, I don't think your music's for you then. Like, you know what I mean? You need to find that other art that's going to help you do that. Because for me, it's music, bro.
You see, I'm falling for you, can feel the wind in my soul. Yeah, it's going out of control, into the ozone, I'm so gone, lost in the bliss, ignoring the radiance.
I've never personally believed in genres. I think, like, the whole denominations and compartmentalization of, like, music is very, very wrong. I guess for, like, a industry level, it's important, you know, to be able to classify things. But it's all just resonance and frequencies, bro. It's all just vibrations.
Black club hard in the paint. Niggas say they're going hard, but they ain't. I had a dream of my future and my fate. Promoters try and put, but they couldn't pay the rate. I see the dream looking brighter than the vision. They try to school me, but they couldn't get the grade. Niggas say they could.
My culture is like the thing I'm most proud of about me, bro. Anytime I catch anyone that's from my country, bro, I don't speak English. Like, me and you're from the same place, you know what I mean? But we speak different dialects. And so I can't speak to you. So therefore I speak English. But if you can speak Amharic, my nigga, English, you know? I don't fuck with it. But Amharic is my favorite language, bro. We're rich in history. We've mentioned in the Bible and the Quran over 80 times. You know, some say we're the Garden of Eden, bro. Our people are something, my brother. You know, but and yet, and on that black mirror over there, we're portrayed as like the lowliest of the earth, you know? Scum of the earth, the poor. And that's cool. But for me, I feel like in a world that needs Ethiopia, I'm obligated to stay Ethiopia. You know what I mean? When I make music, I don't know. When I give anything of myself to anyone I meet, bro, what I try to give is my Ethiopian side. Because that's like, it's humble, it's loving, it's compassionate, it's selfless, it's hospitable. You know what I mean? You don't want my Western side, bro. You know, they don't want my Western side. There ain't nothing good there for you. Yeah.
Turn into a man. Man became a wolf. Searching for a God. Creation be the proof. Please forgive them, Lord. No, but they know not what they do. They had no alarm when they were sleeping on me. Now I'm peeking, homie, you can't even snooze.
I grew up feeling Kiwi until you were reminded you ain't. You're still African. You know what I mean, bro? You don't get the same grants as these Maori kids. You don't get the same treatment as the Pacific Islanders. And that's my brothers, bro. Like, I'm proud, I'm happy for them. But I'm seeing my other brothers as well. I'm seeing the ones from Africa that have there's nothing here for Africans, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when you really look at it, bro. My dad started working for Refugee Migrant Services and then Red Cross because he saw there was nothing there for our people. And so when you go into the music industry, it's the same thing. Like, we got this connection with people, with artists here, Maori, white, you know, Samoan, Tongan, American, Kiwi, African, don't matter, bro. Between the artists, bro, it's beautiful. But there seems to be a lot of politics, bro. But, like, I guess I don't know, it kind of feels like, you know, don't let the immigrants be the best. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like, they ain't from here. Don't give them the credit, you know. These guys use autotune, you know, these guys rap in American accents, and it's like, yeah, bro, I didn't know Kiwi rap growing up, bro. I didn't know, and I didn't hear Scribe till I was 18. You know what I mean? I'd already been indoctrinated with hip-hop way before NZ rap. And so for us, it just gets to the point, bro, where it's kind of like, yo, we fuck with you. Just start fucking with us. You know what I mean? And so as Africans, there's shit we need to deal with, bro. That's ourselves first, man. Because I'm telling you, within our African community of artists, bro, there's too much bullshit, bro. Yeah, we on stage together, bro. You know, there's too much bullshit, my nigga. There's too much resentment. You know, there's too much like, nah, I'm the shit, I'm better than you. So fuck all that, bro. Why are we competing with each other? It's a small game, you know? These Africans, we got our own battles, bro. You know, on the street side, we're not scared of that, bro. It's politics. We came from politics. Our parents ran away from that. You know what I mean? We ain't scared of that. But between ourselves, bro, we're killing each other. But the moment we unite, bro, yeah, New Zealand's gonna go up. You know, we rep NZ, bro. At the end of the day, if I pop, Ethiopia is where I'm from. It's my family. It's my blood, but I put on for NZ, you know? And it's just, either when we're saying, let's work, or whether when y'all coming saying, please, let's work, you know? Either way, we're gonna work. Even just beyond my music, I feel like people should stop expecting shit. Like, real talk, man. Like Frank Ocean or Kanye or someone, you know, drops an album, and everyone's fucking Joe Budden now. Everyone's a critic, even those that don't even like understand music, bro. I thought the album was this, I thought, I was expecting this. It's like, why are you expecting shit from artists, bro? You know what I mean? They're expecting shit from you. They're expecting you to download the music. Well, what the fuck do you expect? They don't owe you anything, you know? Stop expecting things from artists, man. To some of us, this ain't a check. You know what I mean? If you took every artist in the world, bro, and you put them on one level of no income for the rest of our lives till we die, there was just no other alternative, how many would still be doing it? That's where the like culling happens, you know what I mean? To some of us, this is just like oxygen, bro. And so I feel like, I don't know, when I make music, it ain't for them, it ain't for you, it ain't even for me. I'll be honest, it's for the art, bro. Like, I'm blessed to be able to create, you know? Everyone can. A bricklayer is a creator. Straight up, bricklayers are artists, bro, you know? What are they called? Drain layers? So, you know, people that work in the sewage. Bus drivers, pilots, fucking bartenders, everybody, bro. It's all an art. We are all just like proclamations of art, bro. How great that fucking art, you know? And for me to be able to just make music, I'm good. I don't need acceptance from no one. I don't need downloads. But if I can make bread off this shit, fucking A, let's get it, you know? So I don't know what to expect. Just expect real. Expect Max Swami. I've been in this game for like 7 years, bro. And there's only one nigga I can say is like my prodigy, bro. And that's the next dude coming up. This whole album's pretty much been dedicated to like my testament of his skills, bro. Within the space of 2 years, we've come up with enough content to like, yeah, he's a humble nigga. He's sitting over there being like, straight up, realest nigga, bro. You know, 17 years old when I met him. By the time he was 18, he picked up a laptop, started fucking around, and he just turned 20 years old. Within 20 years old, bro, he's, you know, co-releasing and produced the whole album, bro, with Pharaoh Swami. And I feel like, if anything, like, I'm just comfortable. I'm just doing me. I'm in a real happy place. I'm like the daddy with a kid now, you know? I'm comfortable. But this nigga's hungry, bro. And he's learning real quick. So if anything to expect my nigga. Yeah, Max Swami, bro. It's gonna be tight. Don't worry, bro. Hold tight.
I swear she moves just like Rihanna. She head to toe, she dipped in Prada. I fed her grapes right out the garden. Girl, you don't know where you done started. I swear she moves just like Rihanna. She head to toe, she dipped in Prada. I fed her grapes right out the garden. Girl, you don't know where you done started.
She fell in love with marijuana. She's so finesse, she's so Quintana. Taylor for me, she Martiana. That's that story, I Santana. Maria, I'm going solo. You know I'm a Taurus, I'm a Taurus. And all my niggas be too local. Going for the throne, this ain't no game, this ain't no solo. Oh, this ain't no promises, rappers are sounding too weak. But my niggas sound like the weekend now. So he get the dumb and the freak and cash rules, not a thing around me. That's why my nigga getting the cream and I'm cannibalist with the semen now. I crib by the view by the beach and would never go to work for weeks and we're working out between the sheets, oh lord. That's why you never really see me out. I'm steady working on the beats and I'm getting discounted to these snow ways. You know what I mean and I mean it. I'm running purple on the features.
Yeah, I feel like the music should be mutually exclusive. If I go into a studio because I'm angry and I want to make an angry song, I don't necessarily believe I have to not release it just because I was releasing, or just release it because I made it. I don't feel like emotion should be attached to agendas with making music, you know what I mean? Obviously there's a lot of times there's agendas, but spreading positivity, I feel like actions are a lot louder than that, you know what I mean, bro? Like my music could spread all the positivity in the world, you know? But if all I'm doing is running around going out my way to hurt people, I ain't shit, you know? I don't know. You know, one day I want to fucking meditate, bro, and then the next day I just want to get turned. And the next day I just want to create for like 3 days straight. And the next day I don't even want to look at my computer. Like, it's bipolar shit's for real. Like, I don't know, man. The main core thing though, bro, is just like forgiveness, bro. Like, I forgive myself. Like, I try to. I feel like forgiving yourself is the hardest thing a human being can do. Full stop. Like, fuck anything else. Forgiving yourself is the hardest, which is why we run away from it. Instead of forgiving ourselves, we point fingers at those that do the same or do worse and try to make ourselves feel better without forgiving ourselves, you know? And so for me, man, whatever philosophies I'm attached to, whether if I'm rinsing, whether if I'm making music, whether if I'm working, whatever I'm doing, it's forgive, bro. Like, everyone around me, if they, you know, they hurt you, they piss you off, it's cool. I'll forgive you. Because if you can practice on everyone else, bro, you get better at doing it to yourself, you know? So, I mean, yeah, Swami itself is a philosophy, you know? Next Swami. Yeah, nah, it just buzzes me out, bro, because the names actually mean real cool shit. A Swami is actually a Hindi term. And the Hindi term, by definition, a Swami is one who understands oneself. What they are as a human being and who they are as a soul, you know what I mean? And it's funny because I feel like some Indian people are going to be like, low-key, cultural appropriation, all that shit. It's just like, I'm showing love, bro. I grew up as a Pharaoh. Like, I feel like past life shit. Even behind me, bro. Like, can you see that shit in the camera? Can they see that? That Pharaoh thing was actually like in this house when we moved in. Like, it was literally just here. And that's an omen, bro. I don't take that shit for granted. You know? From like Red Indians and shit, wolves, Jimi Hendrix, ancient like Egyptian gods, like all that shit. It's too real, if that makes sense, bro. Like, you know, I've been here before. I feel like for me, being raised as someone who believed like they were led to like, I don't know, rule, if that makes sense, bro. Like, led to be a governor over its people. I feel like in the past life I came as a Pharaoh and I took it for granted, you know? I didn't quite get it. And so I'm back here in this one, kind of like feeling the brunt of it all. I spent my whole life so concerned about how I was perceived, what people thought of me. Now I don't give a fuck what you think of me, bro. I care about how I make you feel, you know? I care about how I make you feel, bro. So when we make music now, it's literally just about, if I don't see you smiling or crying or angry or something, like if you're just sitting there, be like, hey, yo, this is cool, bro. My music ain't working for you. It's not working, you know? Yeah, it's about making you feel shit. I've really gotten in touch with the God within me, if that makes sense. Like the Holy Spirit, bro, this thing called the genius, you know, this thing called love, my soul. Like, I believe, like I just said, bro, I'm Mez. And I've had this beautiful opportunity to understand what self-awareness means and to realize what I am and who I am. And so I constantly have fun with it. It's like, cool, my soul is an artist.